Jerry. We really appreciate that. And that is definitely important, clearing the roads and all that good stuff. Our teams are out there, y'all. Listen, I know a lot of times when these storms hit, like the last storm, everybody want to get out and hit the streets. And we said, clearly saying, chill out, hang in the house. Y'all, you guys, sometimes that hinders us from getting to places. That hinders us from, it stops us from being able to clear those roads, like the chairman said. We need y'all to stay put if you can, if you will, please. Pretty please? Okay, thank you. I'm going to, we're going to have a Q&A in just a second. Please write down your questions. We have several folks in the room, and we want to make sure that we get to everybody, so please write them down so that we can answer them accordingly. This is a good question. Can they cut trees before the storm for seniors? Can they cut trees before the storm for seniors? That is a very good question.
Who is they?
I see my fellow councilman back there, Councilman Howard.
I'm just trying to get the questions up here so I
That's
can
a
bring
hot
them up there to you. That's all.
Okay, all right. Very hot topic. We'll talk about that for a while. Yeah. So this is our city manager, Mr. Richard Hardy. He's going to answer that question for us.
They, I'm assuming they means the city or the county, right? And this is the thing, the city nor the county, we cannot go on private property to cut any trees. Now, neighbors, friends, churches, and organizations, you guys can do that on private homeowners' property. Now, it's a little different for commercial property, but for private homeowners property, you can remove the trees, but commercial property is a little different. But the city cannot. The city cannot come on private property to remove anything.
What about maintaining the right-of-ways where the trees have grown up in the actual lines, in their actual right-of-ways? Oh, that's sorry.
Thank you. All right, so this is definitely for my, this is going to be a question anyway. As a dialysis patient of 5 years, I want to know how or what can dialysis patients, home or in a center, do to prepare for pre and post storm events? It's a good question. One of my folks right here. Chief. This is Chief Boutwell, by the way, our fire chief. Yes, thank you. We have all the expertise on this.
So this is not only for diabetic patients. These are oxygen-dependent patients. These are some of our biggest challenges when we start to stand up shelters and those types of things. So what you need to do, of course, from a personal standpoint, if you have the means to have a generator, to at least sustain those things. If you have at-home dialysis, our dialysis centers, of course, on generators. But that's what the chairman was talking about too earlier, is there's so much concentration put into clearing the roadway. And that's, when we clear the roadways post-storm, there's actually a strategy to that. There's priorities, and one of those being the hospital and these healthcare facilities, and then our interstates, because your resources are not coming in until we have those roadways cleared. I can tell you, especially Helene, city and county resources were out clearing roadways immediately after the storm. And so that's why we saw resources coming in so quickly. So that's the preparedness part, is you have to have power to run at-home dialysis and oxygen-dependent folks that have at-home oxygen.
All right, thank you. All right, another question. Are there a list of nonprofits that will cut trees for free? There are some nonprofits out there, and we can get you some of the information after the meeting. We'll definitely get. There are some nonprofits, a lot of organizations out there that help out this year. What is the plan to maintain the trees in the right of way? That is, once again, our city manager. I'm going to ask you. Yeah, you might as well stay right there.
In the city, we have a crew, we have our harbor crew. They have a schedule that they go throughout the city, and they cut and trim trees that's on the right of way, that's on public right of way. I think one of the misconceptions that takes place is who owns the trees, where your property line starts and ends. You know, there's over 23,000 residents, homes in the city of Valdosta. And your property line starts from your house all the way out to the road, the street, or the sidewalk. And that responsibility lies with the homeowner. If there's any concern about whether who's responsible or not, just contact the city, contact the Arbor Division, and they'll come out and they'll make sure that you're aware of who's responsible for that tree. But, you know, as I stated earlier, the homeowner is responsible for everything from your house all the way out to the curb, the sidewalk, or the roadway. So, I hope that answers the question.
All right, stay right there. Okay. Is there a possibility of any citizens being trained to help with clearing those areas? I think I know the answer to that. That comes to public and private property. No, we cannot train citizens to maintain our right of way or the public way.
You know, the city, you can't take liability and someone mentioned earlier about utilizing chainsaws, axes, and things of that nature is very dangerous. So, however, you know, if a neighbor to ask you to help clear their property, then that's between you and the neighbor and the private organizations that come out and help. But the city, we have the crews, whether it is state, local, the fire department, the Arbor crew, public works department. We're responsible for those areas, and we're out and about getting that taken care of. Might not take place overnight, but I can assure you we have individuals out there, whether they're contractors, city employees, to get those things, those right of ways cleared, taken care of.
All right, is there a single source that provides a map of cleared and blocked streets after a storm? How are the streets prioritized for cleaning after a storm? Major streets that allow citizens to exit via 84 or 75 have been blocked and sometimes blocked for a week or more. Should it be blocked for a week or more? How many people are called for triage immediately to begin clearing? So yeah, how is that prioritized?
Yeah, so to answer the first question about a unified map, we're working with SGRC right now. In storms past, we've used Google My Maps to kind of generate a map of road closures during storms. SGRC has worked to develop a web app, which will be on the city's website, which will be a unified location for us to kind of manage and run during hurricanes, and we hope to be able to use it effectively and communicate to people even when there's not an active storm. So the way that we triage road clearing, I'm not the only person involved in that process, but at least as far as how we manage road clearing within the city limits, we prioritize access to the hospital. That's the most important thing, is getting people the medical attention that they need. Our primary directive is cutting, pushing, and clearing so that emergency access vehicles can get to people that are injured, trapped in their homes, so they can get either to a safe place or to the hospital. So that's how we triage roadways. But we do generally clear arterials and collector streets first, and then we gradually work our way back down to locals. after we've gotten all the major roadways cleared.
Thank you so much. That has been no doubt our great engineer. You guys might as well stay up here, because this is, just a couple questions. Yeah, just a couple of them. Yeah, just a couple of them. Yeah. Let me tell y'all, we let the professionals be the professionals. This is what they do, and they are amazing at it, and thank you for that answer. This one, will the sewage drains be cleared out to prevent flooding? Another one is, what about replacement of streetlights that haven't been repaired or replaced?
Yeah, so the question about sewer drains, there's a common misconception that whenever we talk about sewer, it's important to distinguish between storm sewer and sanitary sewer. Storm sewer is the stormwater drains that we manage to keep our roads clear of water. My department handles that. We run periodic maintenance and inspection on the city's stormwater management system. And then what was the other part of the question there?
Street lights that have not been repaired or replaced.
Yes, so if you've got a location, Georgia Power or Colquitt EMC will manage that, but we kind of act as a middleman for coordinating that. So if you have a location where a street light has not been replaced, especially since the storm, please reach out to me. I'm going to run up to the office if I can get a break and get some business cards so that you'll have my email address, and then I'll just basically forward that on to Colquitt or Georgia Power and get that work order generated.
All right. This question is for a wonderful police chief.
Don't filter the questions, please.
Chief Manahan, who, congratulations on becoming CALEA certified. Which is amazing. Again, thank you. That is amazing. Can tickets be issued to people who ignore roadblocks?
Yes.
Yes, we can issue tickets for anyone who is ignoring what our officers tell them to do. The biggest thing though is, again, we want everyone to stay off the streets. That saves our lives, it saves all the first responders, everybody that's out there working. Because we all know no traffic light will be working, right?
Right.
We don't have enough officers in the state to direct traffic at all these traffic lights. You risk your life coming out. You don't know if these power lines are still live, and you're gonna run over them. So we just ask everybody, please stay home. We don't have the staffing to continue to enforce traffic laws, direct traffic, do wellness checks, help people get out of their homes, all that kind of stuff. Just please stay home and make our job easier.
Thank you so much. I put these folks on the spot, by the way. They didn't know. I mean, they kind of knew, but they didn't know. Thank y'all. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I might as well stay around. All right. What efforts have been made to the homeowner rehab and reconstruction program for the community? The survey has been out for months now. Okay, so they're asking if we've been pushing on social media, billboards, newspaper. Those are some awesome. That is awesome ideas. You know, we can see if we get some funding for some of that through our partners to get that done. But we definitely need you to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend about these programs. Share it with everybody on your street. You know some folks that roof still ain't right. Share that. Share it with people. At the back table, we have plenty of materials. There's several programs out there, y'all. It's not just one. Several programs right back here. Yep, Shara, she's back there. She can pass it out to you right there. That is our wonderful PIO. She's back there, and she will give you that information. But please share it, y'all. Put it, if you see it on Facebook, share it. Please share it. We definitely try to put as much as we can out. So that folks will know. We also, like you said, that survey has been out, and we are definitely looking for some results coming from that real soon. So what are we, Okay, what are we, or what are those of us that are housed up under GEMA supposed to do now that the program is ending September 29th? Is it anyone that can speak to that? Would definitely, anybody that can speak to that, GEMA, FEMA, or just have any knowledge of that? Because we can definitely get it. So, okay. Mr. Ashley Ty, who is over EMA, thank you so much for taking that.
So first of all, I'm the messenger. I don't have any control of the program. I'm just going to pass along the information to hopefully educate you on the answer. So the short answer is GEMA is working, if you remember when Frank was up here talking about the disaster case management, that is the next step. GEMA will refer those people to the case management program, and those case managers will work through the referral process and determine what resources are available to transition out of the GEMA program, which was designed to be a short-term fix, into whatever other resources are available. I would speculate, and this is just my speculation, FEMA is still providing housing, so if there's somebody that still has that need, then I would hope that GEMA would make that connection with the FEMA resources. But that is a state program. None of the city council, the county commission, the local EMA, we don't really have any input or anything to do